There are big Decision 2014 races going on in the Mountain West this year, and tonight we want to catch you up on the race heating up in the land of Napoleon Dynamite. Welcome to the Idaho Debates, where longtime Republican Governor Clement Leroy Butch Otter is trying to hold off a primary challenge from his right flank. See, Republican State Senator Russ Fulcher is trying to run old Governor Butch out of town on account of him getting a little too cozy with the Obamacare. Governor Otter, realizing the seriousness of the threat on his right, agreed to just one debate before next Tuesday's vote. It was held last night. It was also engineered that debate to feature some other, more colorful candidates.
Mr. Brown, you've posted bigoted jokes on your website, skewering women and gays and Jews and Asians and Polish people like
and
me.
And bikers and Irishmen, too.
And, yeah, Irishmen, too. How is that sort of disrespect for people going to allow you to govern?
A substantial portion of my political campaign is campaigning against political correctness. It's a lot of the working class. Oh, by the way, when you did your introduction, I wanted the fact that I was the president of the Bombers Motorcycle Club and that I was a long-haul truck driver, okay? I wanted to get the low-range stuff, not just the high stuff, engineer and all that, but like a fuller 9-speed transmission. They got the granny low and go all the way up to overdrive.
Harley Brown bills himself as a former stand-up comic and stag party master of ceremonies, and somehow he found his way onto the debate stage with the governor and his dead serious challenger, Senator Fulcher. In the clip we just heard, the moderator was asking Harley Brown about the list of Harleyisms on his website. A Harleyism is what Brown describes as a unique compilation of American blue-collar attitudes, political philosophy, and non-politically correct humor to both edify and entertain you. Actually, Harleyisms are just a bunch of racist and sexist jokes. But Harley says it's all good.
Those Harleyisms that I called had a lot of warning on there. You know, you might find this offensive, but I hit everybody. Jews, Polish people, Irish, Italians, religious jokes, and black jokes. And by the way, my wife screened that, and we took the real hardcore zingers out. So in case I get any flack from people like you, note that, you're mild, I can fire that back and attack my attackers. I don't like political correctness. Can I say this? It sucks. It's bondage. And I'm about as politically correct as your proverbial turd in a punch bowl. And I'm proud of it, and I'm going for it, and I'm going for the vote of the real people out there, not these bondage type people who don't have a clue about picking up strangers at night and hauling them God knows where.
But wait, there's more. Turns out Harley Brown wasn't the only non-traditional candidate Butch Otter managed to cram onto the stage.
Mr. Bass, you've said you're running because you have a platform. This gives you a platform to talk about your views on abortion. If lightning struck and you were elected governor, could you do the job?
Well, back when they told me that we couldn't homeschool, I prayed about it. I stood on my hind legs like a man. I told them what I thought of them, and the television would talk to me for 30 minutes or an hour. And, well, what would you do if they came out to take your kids? Well, I'd shoot them. What else would you do?
Walt Bays is running as a Republican on the anti-abortion platform, and we know that the Governor Otter engineered his appearance on the debate stage thanks to reporting from the Idaho Statesman. Also, Bays admitted as much during the debate.
Butch, I'd like to thank you for making it possible for me to be here tonight.
You're welcome.
He kind of insisted that me and this other unnormal person could be here tonight.
Just an incredible feat of political skill by Idaho's sitting governor. We ran the numbers down to the All-In Stats office. It turns out that during last night's debate, the one and only Republican primary debate, Russ Fulcher, Otter's biggest threat, had by far the least talk time when compared to Governor Otter and the combined frontier gibberish coming from Harley Brown and Walt Bays. So a bit of dirty pool on the part of the governor, which is why we've decided not to air even one more second of that nonsense. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that incorrectly.
Mr. Brown, your closing remarks.
Well, this has been a great honor. Let me finish that story, okay? After God told me he was going to make me president, I went out and got the presidential seal tattooed right here to my shoulder. And I was living in Fat Jack's cellar because my ex-wife had given me trumped up some restraining orders. Like one day, this bishop from Africa comes over. He says, "I am a prophet of the Most High God," and in that office, I hear authenticate that God told you that. I said, "Yeah, you mind putting that in writing?" He said, "Sure." And you have your choice, folks: a cowboy, a curmudgeon, a biker, or a normal guy. Take your pick. Thank you very much. We're leaving it up to you.
And so last night, Idaho Governor Butch Otter did a dastardly feat of political evil genius. An awful thing to do to Idaho primary voters, and an excellent thing to do for fans of ridiculous cable news segments.